Back in 2016, I took a trip on Route 66 from Chicago to LA on foot at the age of 62. That's right, I walked from Chicago to LA at the age of 62, and I have created a series on YouTube called Walking Route 66. And this video is part of that series, and I'll link to it in the description below. Hi, my name is Rashid Huda, and I make videos about living your best life by creating a harmony of mind, body, and spirit. And this is your permission slip to be unapologetically you. A few days ago, I got a text message from a friend of mine that I showed up on her Facebook feed as a memory from 9 years ago when I was walking Route 66. I asked her if it says where I was, and she said no. So I went to the Google Photos to find out where I was. I had been on the road for a couple of weeks when I arrived in the quaint little town of Lincoln, Illinois. The first thing I did was go to the local newspaper office to see if there was a curious reporter who might want to do a story on me since I was walking the entire distance of Route 66. Well, the receptionist told me that all the reporters were at the county fair and it was not a good day for me to have an interview. And I decided to go down to the county fair and twist balloons and hand them out to little kids attending the fair. In return, their parents were generous enough, and I had a little addition to the reservoir that I had for my trip. After a couple of days of working vacation, I headed back out on Route 66. I probably had gone maybe a mile or so when I saw two bicyclists, coming from the other side. There was a young man and an older gentleman. It turned out that the young man was headed to college, and the old man was his mentor, a friend of his father's. And they had started in St. Louis, and they were headed towards Chicago, and then on to the young man's college. An hour later, I saw two other bicyclists coming my way. And when they saw me, they stopped and asked me if I was actually walking the Route 66. And I told them that yes, I was. They were intrigued. So we spent some time talking to each other. Min and Kevin were from South Korea, and they were bicycling from Los Angeles to Chicago to bring awareness about their country. They asked me if I was doing this walk for a cause, and I said yes, because I want to. And we had a little laugh, and the men said, you know, when we told our friends and family that we are going to ride a bicycle from Los Angeles to Chicago, they thought we were crazy. But you, sir, are crazy. So we had a little laugh, exchanged information, took a few selfies, and headed our own way. As I think back about it, as I look back at that incident and ponder upon what had happened and what was said, I realize that most people don't follow their inner calling. They don't follow their divine design. Have you ever shied away from doing something that you wanted to, but because it seemed too weird or you were afraid that people will call you crazy? Let me know in the comments. I would like to know what you did, what your reaction was, whether you followed through or not, one way or the other. I am curious. And this is a call for you to follow your inner weirdo, embrace your inner weirdo, follow your divine design, and do what your soul is calling you to do. Because if you don't, it will not let you alone, and you may end up with a regret. Because most people, deathbed, talk about things they wish they had done. Don't be one of them. Do what your soul calls you. So, if you found value in this video, please share and subscribe so that someone else might benefit from it. Leave me a comment, like the video, so YouTube knows that this is the kind of video people want to see. And as I always say, be bold, be weird, and be blessed. And I will see you in the next video.